Alright, how y'all doing tonight? Friday evening, excuse me, day after Thanksgiving, about almost 10 p.m. Yesterday's turkey is digesting nicely. This is an RC video, but I'm not going to run it tonight. This is at the request of Offroadrcmaniac. Wanted me to do an overview of the Honcho here. He's got one on order or has one coming, but here you go, dude. This one's for you. So here's what I've got. This is a kit version. This was not the ready to run. So you save a little bit of money initially, but then you can kind of select your own electronics and whatnot, as you'll find out. This one has been mildly modified, I guess you could say. Suspension is all stock. I'm still running factory axles. I've not done anything to those. Still running all the metal links. One upgrade I did do is relocate the steering servo from the axle up to the frame. I think RC4WD is the supplier for the relocation bracket I use for that, just because I like this more scale look. You can see mine's pretty dirty. It's not the way to keep them. You should clean them, but I like to see mine muddy. Still got the chains on here. I made some snow chains for them. Haven't tried running them yet. Haven't had any snow. She runs, she drives. The only problem I'm having right now, and it's an easy fix, I just haven't done it, is my bumper lights don't want to work. I've got one wire back here that I pulled out of the LED, so I don't know if I can just resolder that or if I need to replace the LED. Haven't decided yet. Another mod that I just did, and it needs a little bit of tweaking yet, is I replaced the factory front bumper with the Honcho bumper, or excuse me, with a Dingo bumper, and then I bought a relocation kit from a fellow on eBay. Hold on a sec, I've got the card right here. RC Bits is his name. He's on eBay. He's got a relocation bracket. Was it worth it? Yeah, for the ease of the parts. I don't know if you can see them in there at all. There's the little bracket right there. Come on, focus. It's got the little holes in it. I don't know if I did a video putting those in or not, but yeah, you could probably make them yourself. They're not the cheapest thing in the world, but having him make them is a lot easier, so I just have to wait for him to show up. But yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Easy to put on. Moves the bumper up and back a little bit, so you really increase the approach angle here. I mean, look at that. That's almost vertical. That's pretty darn good. I haven't run it yet, though. So, let's see. I'm still running the factory tires. These are actually the original ones of the truck. They're holding up really well. If you go back on some of my previous videos, when we first got this thing up and going, my brother and I, we were running these things over, he's got the Dingo, I've got the Honcho. We were running these over busted up concrete piled up in the backyard, and that's rough on these things. The only things that I broke on this, I busted all drive lines, both drive lines twice, just the plastic units, and then I did snap the the output shaft from the transmission. But again, we were using them for really, really rough wheeling. Still got my GoPro camera mount back up here. Probably going to remove that here shortly. Let's see, pull the body off. Body's getting a little hammered. I got a new one, just haven't done anything with it. I really don't have anything bad to say about these things. They are awesome rigs. I love them. These things are incredible to play with. I've got a buddy at work who's going to do a full 4-link setup. These are 3-link. Longer links, longer shocks, 2.2 tires. He wants to do rear steer. I mean, he's going all out. I have the Proline interior tub. It's actually designed for the Jeep Cherokee. Cat's looking at me like, who are you talking to? But just cut it down and made it fit, so it'll work. Actually helps keep the electronics a little cleaner, a little drier, because I do run this thing through mud, and none of my stuff is waterproofed. Probably should, but I just haven't. I don't run through deep water anymore. Another earlier video I did running it through some mud and spray and watery mud and whatnot, and that was kind of cool, but I don't do that very often. So yeah, these tires are pretty good. A lot of people I've seen, they cut every other block on these sides here to give them more of a like a mud terrain type tire, but I've just left them the way they were. Probably buy another set of these when I'm all said and done. These have been cleaned because I was putting the tire chains on them. There's how they look normally. Just cake full of gunk. That's how I run. Of course, it's wet out here, so we get a lot of mud. Rains so much here in Seattle. Running, of course, I don't have it unplugged, which I should. I do all the stuff you shouldn't do. Running a Turnigy 5.8 LiPo battery. Bought this new for the truck. I had two of them. One of them swelled up on me. Probably could have sent it back, but I couldn't find the receipt, so I just ate it on that one. I've got two 5.0s. One of them is actually a 3-cell, which I am not set up to run that. I don't have the cooling fan on my ESC. So I've got one that's a 2-cell. Probably need to start charging that. I need to get a new plug for it. Running the, what have I got? The Novak, I think it's the GOAT. Something 3 or 3G or whatever it is. Crawler setup. That's the speed control and the brushless motor. Lots of torque. I like that. She'll pull through just about anything. I just tried to keep everything buttoned up. I do have the full, what is that? I forget who makes that now. Lighting kit. I don't think it's an Axial kit. But it's actually designed when you let off the throttle, the brake lights come on. If you turn the left wheel left, the left turn signal comes on. I don't have those set up. I've just got them set up for headlights, tail lights, running lights. So I do have full lights in there. Go back to some of my older videos, you can see that. But I do have full metal drive lines. The transmission is full metal gears. So the only problem with that is if you start getting into some really serious crawling, something's got to give eventually, and that probably means something in my axles is going to go next, but I should pull those apart and clean them one of these days. Shocks, yeah, they leak, but they're just plastic ends. I'm thinking about buying a set with the metal caps on them and little O-rings in there to keep them sealed up better. What else? Had to buy a longer steering servo horn. The factory kit, the wheels just don't want to turn. So I bought an aftermarket longer horn to get the angle right, and if you're interested in knowing what I bought, let me know. I can dig into it and find out. I have to pop under there and pull my stuff apart a little bit. I don't know if we can see it or not. Yeah, because the steering, it's kind of dark up there. I don't have a whole lot of good lighting in here. Other than that, haven't been any upgrades or any mods other than what I mentioned. Everything's still bone stock. Everything I've been doing is just been playing with it. I don't maintain this thing very well. I'm lousy at maintenance on this. Should clean it. Should unplug that battery too. Probably do that here in a little bit. Throw that on the charger or something like that. Keep it fully charged. Need to get that one light fixed on that side there. Get some more videos going. It's just been so wet, and all my vehicles outside I've been working on. Got the Cadillac up and going today, so yeah, there she is. Great rig. I would definitely buy one of these again. The brothers got the Dingo, which, even though they're the same chassis, same axles, same tires, drives totally different. Just that shorter wheelbase. There's things that I can crawl over that he can't, and vice versa. So my preference is I like this body style better. I like that truggy kind of look there in the back. You know, and the shocks could be a little bit better. But other than that, I really can't think of anything to complain about. You know, the wheels come all silver with black bead locks. I reversed that just because I think it looks better, especially with a gray truck. But there's Pretty Cat checking it out. Yeah, like I said, she's running box stock. Got the windows tinted out. Don't have the interior in it. I need to respray the body. Full cage is still in the back. You know, I've never used the spare tire. Got the lights on there. One other mod that I did for lighting is my turn signals in the back. Don't have that back tire attached, but see if we can zoom in here a little bit. This light right here, which is the turn signal lens, you got the brake lights here. I'm missing the lens on the passenger side, and you've got the orange lights on the side. Those are actually end links for either the steering or for the suspension links. And I just, I don't know if I glued or just shoehorned a little lens in there and then put a yellow LED in there. So from the back I've got 2 red lights and then 2 orange lights. But that's really all I've done. I'm probably missing something, but yeah, made the tire chains for her. Real simple. I think I did a video of that, and I'm not sure if I put it up or not. I'll have to go back and double check, but real simple, you know. If you have any questions, just feel free, fire away. Got some detail parts in there. Got the jack, got the jerry can sitting back there. This is going to come back off. It was neat seeing the video, but I'm not going to do it very often, just because when I hang the camera off, it squishes the rig over to the side, so not very realistic. I do have a small keychain camera that I haven't tried out yet, and may just, I don't know, double sticky tape or Velcro in a few spots around this thing or what, but I'm thinking I may try to put that underneath and get some suspension shots too sometime. Other than that, like I say, she's a great rig. I did buy some pinion gears and gear it up a little bit, so it's got a little more speed than factory. She's kind of slow for me. Not that I'm looking for high-end speed, but I did get a little more speed out of it. I don't remember what I'm using. Something like an 18 or a 20 rings a bell, but they're tough. You know, I've beat on this thing. You look at my videos, bashing through the yard, crawling over rocks. I got that crawler course out back I built. These things can go through hell and come back and take some more. You know, this is kite string, if you're interested in making some cheap toe straps. Kite string, just some links from some chain. Not exactly scale, but it works. Looped it around on itself. Actually super glued the two pieces together, and then took a little piece of black shrink tubing, put it over the glued points, and just heat shrunk that on, so it looks a little more scale. Yeah, other than that, you know, like I said, the drive lines have been replaced and the transmission's been upgraded with all metal gears, hardened steel. Couldn't even tell you what drive lines I'm running. Couldn't tell you. I'd have to look. It's covered with mud and dirt. I need to clean this thing. But like I said, any questions, fire away. Anybody at all, if you want to know more about it, just holler. These are good little rigs. For the price, you can't beat them. Yeah, they're not cheap, but this is a hobby grade toy, so you're going to wind up spending some money for it. I know a lot of people want to go as cheap as possible. Well, if you really want to play with a good toy, then start out with something like this. Kits, I've seen them as low as about $230. But then you got to add the electronics, you know. I'm running a Spectrum. It's actually the cheapest Spectrum radio I could find. Spectrum 3 channel steering throttle, and it's got one on the back here, which I was going to put a winch on, but now that I've changed the bumper, that's not going to work. So I know they've got a lot of radios with the fancy electronic trim controls and all that, and I just like the knobs. I think these run about $79, $89, $100, somewhere in there. They're not bad. It's got all your basic adjustments up there. I've actually got two of these. This one's for the Honcho, and I've got one for the Tamiya over there that need to get working on. Need to put the axles under it. But yeah, I like the setup that I have. I think it works pretty good. Seems to do what I want it to do. Need to get out and play a little bit more with these, but clean it up, maintain it, probably pull the axles apart this winter and seal them up with grease. Another good site to go to for those of you who want a lot of good RC information. The place that I found is a guy on YouTube. What's his name? DJ Medic, I think it is. RC Sparks is his forum site. But I get a kick out of some of his stuff, and he's got some good information there. So go ahead and check him out and see what he's got to offer. He runs a few of these, and he's modified a few of them, and longer frames and axles and wheels and all sorts of good stuff. So there you are. There's a brief overview of the Axial Honcho. Good rig. I like them. They're tough. I'd like to get another Axial sometime. I'm thinking about the Wraith, but I got too many other little projects going here. So I like the scale rigs and I like the full-size rigs. Anyway, hope that answers any questions you may have had, and feel free to contact me with any others. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.